Akpabio faced sanction, prepared for sack as human rights orders his immediate dismissal from office. Yes, my people, it is everywhere right now. Akpabio is prepared to be sanctioned. He may not return to power, as I told you people. As it is now, Nigerian politician has alleged that sexual harassment by the Senate President Akpabio should not be accepted, that it is a taboo in the rule of law of Nigeria, and the right of the women is should be protected and is protected, and there is a section of the constitution that demand for the protection of Nigerian women. So for this reason, Natasha is now being given all the security and support to fight her battle. I tell you now, which connection Akpabio get? Make una listen to this video, make una know wetin the tori dey talk. This one na true talk. Make we watch am.
In support of Senator Akpoti. Demonstrators and rights groups are calling for a transparent investigation and for gender equality. Only 4 of the Senate's 109 members are women. The senator who made that complaint joins us now live from Abuja. Natasha Akpoti, welcome to DW. What do you say happened between you and the Senate President to prompt your complaint?
Thanks so much for having me on the show. And it all started about a year ago, where the Senate President made sexual advances at me. He also has publicly made sexual remarks, whereby last year on the floor of the Senate, he shut me down during a debate saying that I am not in a nightclub. And then because I refused to yield into his demands, malice developed. And from that malice, he denied me several rights. I was denied speaking on the floor. I could not raise my motions. I couldn't participate in debates. And I was removed for a number of international activities. So all of that went on, and I was so silent, thinking that in the process of holding everything up, he will discover his wrong, recognize me as his colleague, and let me work. But no, it got worse. On the 4th of February this year, he removed me as chairperson of the Committee on Local Content. And 2 weeks after, he, in a bid to take away my visual presence in the Senate, he moved my seat to a far corner. And that was where all door closed. I lost it. I couldn't take any more of his attacks on me, and I spoke out on the floor. I refused to take to the seat that he had moved me to. And from then, I opened up to my husband, which was very difficult to do because the Senate President was good friends with my husband at that time. But I had to manage a whole lot of this for 1 whole year. So I opened up to my husband and said, listen, this is what I have been going through. I have been going through sexual harassment, and it has impacted negatively on my ability to work as a duly elected senator. And that was when I went open on the 28th of February this year on the television station Link Arise, and I let my story out.
Okay, so the Senate President, Godswill Akpabio, denies your accusations. What happened when you submitted this petition complaining about his behavior?
Of course, he's going to deny. Most wrongdoers will deny because it's a taboo for Nigerian women to speak about being sexually harassed. I mean, we have a culture that shames women about our bodies, and speaking about sexual harassment, even though it's it's a form of violence here against women, but many women don't speak about it because there's no platform to air such complaints. Well, what happened? On the 5th of March, on the 5th of March 2025, I submitted formally a report on sexual harassment against the Senate President, Senator Godswill Akpabio. But what happened? The very next day, I was suspended for 6 months with gruesome conditions, that all my security was taken away from me. I was not to be near the National Assembly for the 6 months of my suspension, that I was supposed to seize presenting myself as a senator locally and internationally, and that I think it's really wrong. It's not constitutional, because the fact that I'm suspended illegally does not in any way take away my legitimacy as a senator. The Senate president did not elect me. None of the senators that elected me, my constituents voted me as a senator.
Right.
And for me to be slammed with such conditions, which other senators that were suspended were not given such conditions.
Understood.
So that actually shows the amount of vendetta that I have been tapped, I've had to deal with.
And can you explain to us what Senate authorities told you about why they were suspending you?
They summed it up to say I was suspended for gross misconduct as against my allegation of sexual harassment, but I believe that I was suspended to silence me from speaking forth, more like punishing me and setting an example so that no other woman will dare speak on such things, especially against powerful men. So they say I was suspended for gross misconduct, and I ask, what exactly amounts to the gross misconduct? Was it because I refused to move my seats? We have, there were videos that popped up whereby the same Senate president in the 8th Assembly years back, he also had a row in the chambers because his seat was moved when he was not duly notified.
Right.
And his countenance, there was actually much more. In the Nigerian Senate, we have had senators gone physical on themselves, shouted, insulted, cursed, and even threw items at themselves. They were not suspended. So why me? I think I am just victimized. And that's the bigger picture of how women are treated in politics in Nigeria.
And could I
But
just
let me
ask you-
say this.
My dear listeners, this is a German public broadcast service where Natasha has gone on a live, complaint. Now, as you can see, Natasha is going everywhere. She's going everywhere to make this very, 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 very clear to the public of the allegation and the harassment. As you can see. Now, are you trying to tell me that Natasha doesn't know what she's saying or what? Or are they trying to tell me that all that Natasha is saying are all trash, or she's just fabricating all these stories? Let me tell you, this is very wrong. If Akpabio is not put in his place, other senators will come and do the same thing. Now, why is it that it is always Akpabio that is having issues about women in this country? Only Akpabio, only him is having woman issue. This is how he did when he was NDDC commissioner. This is what he did when he was a governor of Akwa Ibom. Akpabio keep harassing women, and Nigeria is not doing anything about it. Look at this lady. Look at exactly what she said in BBC. That is what she's saying in this DW. That is what he's still saying in NTA. That is why, see, like, I'm so much ashamed that this is happening in Nigeria, and Nigeria is not doing anything to stop this situation. And even the one we call our president is not even taking an action. Instead, he's looking from a distance and be criticizing this lady. Well, everything being equal, my dear listeners, I must tell you that this is an embarrassment and also a big shock to a nation like Nigeria, that something of this kind is happening. For the very first time in the history of the Senate, we are having such a huge disaster, and Nigerian government is not doing anything about it. Look at what the former Senate president said, Bukola Saraki. He said, for this that has just been done on that seat of power, Akpabio deserves not to be on that seat in the next 48 hours. But Akpabio is still on that seat. My dear listeners, I want to tell you that together with Natasha, let's help push this very matter. All the criminals who call themselves powerful men in this country must be brought down. They must be brought and they must be disgraced. They must be brought to book. In fact, these people, they have eaten more than they can chew. Yeah, see, if you not do it now, if it happen to your own sisters, so that is why you need to stop them now. Enough is enough. Something must be done and action must be taken. You are getting it now, and that's just it. Let's share this video. Let it go viral. Let Akpabio be exposed. All right. Thank you.